TikToks and all them shits don't make you Y2K. What the hell you want beef from me? I don't know you, bro. Go watch them plays.
Okay, alright, so today's sort of talk is a bit, more somber than it usually is, and, I was self-reflecting the other day, and I was truly thinking about, who I let in my inner circle and who I let around me. And I realized, like, number one, I'm not that very nice to be around, I guess. Like, I personally interpret it as that I have such high standards for the people around me, and I want them to act and think in a certain way where, if they don't meet those criteria, they don't meet that standard, I usually just choose not to associate myself with them. And I think that is one of the biggest lessons that I wish people would have told me earlier, especially when I was on the come up. Because, I had this vision, I had this idea where I wanted to be something more. I wanted to be something big. But most of my friends, they had different ideas. I'm not gonna, you shouldn't belittle your friends or your peers' like ideas because it's not right. But they just had different ambitions, different ideas than what I had. And it certainly wasn't going well or helping me whatsoever with my goals and my ambitions. And so hanging around these people, they say you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But the thing is, I don't really have 5 people. Even before this whole business stuff, I maybe had, 3 close friends. That's about it. So it was like, for the first time ever, so I was like reflecting the other day, and I was like, damn, bro, like, I'm really lonely. Like, I don't really have a lot of people to talk to. Like, the funny thing is that I started this vlog, I started like this whole YouTube channel because I wanted a place to share my thoughts. I wanted, a place where I can talk freely, where, I can do the things that I'm doing with my life and no one would really judge me for it, right? And, as much as like the low view count or whatever, it sometimes does get to me where it's like, I see all these, dumb streamers promoting degeneracy and all this stuff, and they're getting, hundreds of thousands of views for it. And again, like, I'm not doing it for the views, but it sometimes makes me question where 90% of all these people online that say like, oh, I've made, X amount of money at this age, most of them, they actually are fakers. They haven't made that money. They just say it just so you can buy their bullshit course or whatever. And, part of my long-term vision is that if I do come up with any sort of coaching program or course platform or whatever it is, I'm never going to lie to promote it. Because lying is just immoral. Morally, it's not correct. It's not right. And in the long term, you will get exposed for it. Just like a lot of people have. And even if you don't get exposed to it, the money that you make from there is dirty money. It's not legit. And so you need to learn that, honesty is the best thing you can do. Even if it results in less financial gain, even if it results in less popularity, even if it's less glamorous, you should always do the right thing. But back to the original points. I feel like part of my personal growth has been in letting go, in understanding that you can't save everybody and you shouldn't, right? You can only save the people who are ready to be saved. You can only change the people who are ready to be changed. You can't change everybody, and you shouldn't change everybody. If you have to convince someone that, drowning in mud is bad, right? And they're telling you, no, actually it's very good and I enjoy it, then guess what? They're going to be fighting to stay in it. You're going to be fighting to get them out. And the end result of this constant clash of them trying to stay in and you're trying to pull them out is that eventually they'll just stay in. So it's more worth it for you to just not focus on that and focus on yourself first. But to be honest, it's just that I've reached a point in my life where, it's actually like very hard. It's very, thought consuming. It's consuming my mind every single day where it's like, because I know I'm doing the right thing. I know I'm taking the right choice, but it's the lack of, people around me who are taking a similar choice that are actually 100% dedicated and focused that sort of pushes me to come up with all sorts of like very dark thoughts. And, no matter how much meditation or whatever I do, to get rid of it. It just, you know, it keeps messes with my head. Like it keeps messing with my head. And like I would have to like take a lot of time off, do some other activities with people just so I can actually have any sort of social interaction with them, because other than work, I don't really interact with anybody. Like I don't have any friends in real life anymore because I moved. You know, like maybe I know one or two people that I can, you know, meet up with, but they're 30 minutes away. So it's like, it's just, it's hard. It's honestly just very hard to be doing all this work and just being alone, having no one to talk to. Yeah, I don't know, like, you know, it takes a lot of almost courage to come out here online and, you know, share these types of thoughts, but you know, it's sort of what you have to do. You like I'm choosing to be vulnerable on the internet because, you know, I'm a very open person. I don't, you know, hide a lot of things, but yeah, it's just very difficult. Anyways, I'm gonna go get some sleep. I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's vlog. Peace.